You've been trying to sell your home for the last few weeks or maybe even a couple of months and you haven't had any offers. Well, there's really three reasons why that's happened. And I know you're saying you don't know the region, it's the economy. There are homes on the other side of town that are selling. There are homes down the street that are selling and yours is still on the market. Let's break down those three reasons why it hasn't sold yet. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, you've been trying to sell a home, but it just hasn't moved. Well, these three reasons, well, I'll explain why. Now, the first one, and I know I'm going to get some blowback in it, but it's the pricing. If people are not looking at your house, it's overpriced. If they're not making any offers, they don't see the value that you're at for the price you're asking. So either you could lower the price or you have to work on explaining the value. For example, you might be trying to sell a townhouse, and this house has the two parking spots directly in front of it while everyone else has their parking in various other areas. Having the parking in front of the house might be a premium. It might be the closest to a bus stop, a train station. It might be you have a direct view of the lake that's behind the house while the other ones do not. You either have to adjust the price or you have to explain why the home is priced at where it's at. If you can justify the value or you adjust the price to reflect the current market, you're going to get more people looking at it. Now, the second reason a home hasn't sold is going to be the condition. And again, similar to the price. You might be trying to sell a house that's got some aroma in the sorts, got some like mildew odor, pet odor, tobacco odor. That's going to hurt the value. People may not want to get that. The kitchen may not be as updated. You might be asking for something that needs a new, you might be trying to get full price and the house needs a new roof. Things like that. In those type of situations where it's the condition, you could either adjust the price for the condition or fix the condition. Like I said, maybe updating the kitchen, maybe fixing the sources of smell. Things like that could be why people aren't making an offer after they see the house. Now, before I go to the third reason, I do owe you two apologies. First, you might hear a little bit of noise in the background. There's a neighbor that's having some tree work done, so chainsaw might be popping in. And then the second one, I haven't introduced myself, and I'm being rude for that. My name is Will Bowers. I'm a licensed realtor with Allison James Estates and Homes. I'm in the Northern Virginia area, just outside of Washington, D.C., but this information I'm giving works everywhere, whether it's D.C., New York, Iowa, Michigan, Texas, Utah. You get the idea. Now, the third reason a home hasn't sold, I can feel a little bit of anger from my fellow agents for saying this, but your marketing could not be good. If you're using an agent, they might not be doing enough. They might just put it on the MLS, they might put a sign in front of the house, and then I call it the 3P system. They put it on the MLS, they put a sign in front, and then they pray that a buyer comes along. If the house hasn't sold, that system isn't working. As a listing agent, I will spend thousands of dollars promoting a home. Could be, for example, a 2-bedroom condo. I'm going to be reaching out to people who have 1-bedroom apartments or are currently renting a 2-bedroom place to see if they want to get something different. Same 3-bedroom townhouse, I'm reaching out to people who currently rent 2-bedroom homes or owning a 2-bedroom condo. I'm gearing that marketing towards people in different neighborhoods. 4-bedroom house with a fenced yard. I'm looking for families, and I can find these lists. I can reach out to people who have a 3-bedroom townhouse with 2 kids. I'm gearing my marketing to that. My listings can show up on various websites, and I don't just mean like homes.com, realtor.com. I mean as in ESPN, various news sites. If they're looking for a home in this area and that area that fits the criteria, it will show up in front of them on various sites. So you got to look at your marketing plan. How is the marketing working? If you're a for sale by owner, you might be putting it on Zillow, but you're not doing enough. So if you're not getting enough showings and the price is right, look at the marketing plan. You might need to have a serious conversation with your agent. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to just put in the comment. My contact information is in the bottom of the video. Though I do ask, like, comment, subscribe. It does help my ego. My girlfriend says my ego needs to be inflated even more. But thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.